All right, that was Dreams by New Ages. This is the Fargo Five, and here we are with our first segment. We're going to be doing Fargo Famous. We have in the studio with us Elizabeth Moore. Hello, Elizabeth.
Hello. Hi.
Welcome, welcome. So, Elizabeth Moore, you are from E. Moore Art Studio.
That's my business.
Okay. And let's see, I saw on Facebook that you do abstract, personal buttons, portraits, and pet portraits. Is that correct?
True.
Okay.
But I mostly dabble into anime art or anime-inspired art.
Really?
So I'm a professional digital artist, and you probably have seen my stuff around at Sushi Burrito, things like that. I make all of the
When
the
it's
nerd
interesting
stuff.
you bring that up. So I'm a commercial realtor at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties, and I, for a minute, was selling Sushi Burrito. They are clients of mine, and so I'm very familiar with Nat and Aaliyah.
Yes, they're sweet.
I've gotten to know them. They decided to stay in town here, actually, so they're going to keep running Sushi Burrito for the time being, at least. But I know your art is actually on their walls.
It is, yes.
So how did you get to meet them in the first place?
They actually got to know me because I would go there probably every day or every week. I was a regular customer, and I just noticed that their wall was really empty, and I just felt that my art really fit in there. So I shoot my shot, and I was like, "Hey, Nat, my dude."
That's really fantastic.
Yeah.
They have such a loyal customer base. I've always been surprised.
Yeah,
and
I mean, their
impressed.
food is delicious, and they're very sweet, so I'm not surprised.
And it's so fast. It's
Yeah.
so fast. Like, unlike other sushi restaurants where you got to sit down and you got to wait and whatever. You just walk up there, you give them the order, and right away.
Yeah,
So-
I'm Mexicana, so when I heard sushi, which I love, and
Yes.
burrito, I was like, that's what I need.
Okay.
Please and thank you.
Now, that was a fun word. Mexicana. I don't know that I've
Mexicana.
heard that before. You got to tell me more about that.
So my mom, very Mexican. She is born and raised in Mexico City,
Okay.
and she came up here. She met my dad in Texas, and they're like, let's move to Fargo, or let's move to Moorhead.
Of
Sorry, I
all
live in
places.
Fargo.
Of all places.
Yeah, they liked it better here. The people are much nicer
Yeah.
here than Texas.
Yes.
So sorry.
No. Fargo's great.
Yes, it's amazing. So they decided to live here, and my mom is fluent in Spanish. So that's where I get my spice from.
Okay. ¿Tú hablo español?
Un poquito.
Okay, that's all I got.
Yeah,
That's it. That's it.
yeah, puedo hablar en español, pero es muy más o menos.
Okay. I did like 2 years on Duolingo. Every single day I had like a 700-day streak, and like that's the best I can do. So, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know they put me in Spanish immersion for, the first half of my life, and I live with a Mexican mother, and my Spanish is por. Or peror.
Does your father speak Spanish as well then?
He does not. He gets also little bits and pieces from my mom, but no.
Okay. So actually, my wife is Japanese. And so
and
that's how I know Nat and Aaliyah. Aaliyah. I always read the name. I don't say it as often. Anyway, that's how I met them, is I run Fargo Meets Japan. Maybe you've heard of that group since you're interested in anime. I don't know. It's not an anime group, so we kind of draw a hard distinction there. But definitely maybe something you want to check out.
Absolutely.
But then my wife is Japanese, so our kids speak Japanese. But I also speak Japanese. So we always wonder how well they'll do when they grow up. But your Spanish sounds pretty good to me.
Oh, thank you.
I think if my daughter's Japanese sounds as good as your Spanish, I'll be very happy.
Growing up, I thought I was part Japanese because I have a brother and sister. They're from a previous marriage with my mother, and he's part Japanese.
Oh.
So I was all like, oh, I'm part Japanese and Mexican. And then when I learned that that's not how it works, then I was like, oh, okay. It's fine to be German, Irish too.
Yes. My father was adopted, so actually I did a 23andMe, because I thought there might be something interesting, but nope. Broadly European.
Oh, okay.
So, Emore Art Studio, how did you get started on that?
Okay, do we start from all the way in the beginning? Because I feel like that's a
go
good
for it.
point.
Yeah, go for it.
So I was 4 years old when I realized that art is just my thing. That's what I grew up is like excelling at, what I was really passionate about in school. Anything else like gym, math, reading, it was not it for me. So I really gravitated toward art. And then I dabbled in a lot of different mediums. I actually hated digital art when I first started. I was like, I'm never going to do this. I'm only going to do watercolor, and that's it. And then I somehow meshed the two, and then that was like a nice gradual way to get into digital art.
Digital art. That's really amazing.
Yeah.
And so who are your biggest clients, would you say?
Like, what do you mean?
Well, what's your customer base?
My clientele?
Yeah, your clientele. Where do you find
them? It's the nerdies and the girlies.
Okay. Okay.
They're about my age to about maybe 35 or so. I also get a lot of kids because they love my stickers. And they love all the bright colors I use and everything. So if the parents, are okay with it, they're like, we'll buy you whatever.
That's great. And it says you do personal buttons?
Yes, I used to do that. It's not something I really promote, but it's something that's possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I pretty much either make the design or you give it to me, and then I can get it printed and press for you.
And so are you pressing those buttons yourself? Like, do you
Yes.
have a machine and you're...
Mm-hmm. I have a machine for that. I have a machine to make my apparel, and I have a machine to make my stickers.
But now you're focusing more on anime art and things of that nature.
Yes.
So how does somebody... Is it on contracts, or are you consigned, or how do you
it's
end up
all
generating?
parody based. So
Okay.
if I were to make a Pokemon character, it's not exactly how the Pokemon character looks like, but it's my own take on it.
Okay.
And as long as I'm not taking it from a scene or, of course, claiming it's mine, because obviously it's not.
Yeah.
Then that's how I do it. Like for my starters, I make them into fruits, and a lot of people love that. Like I make strawberry soar, I made cherry Charmander, and a blueberry Squirtle. You've probably seen them around, but
Yeah.
those are my most popular ones.
Well, that's beautiful. So those come to your head, and then you make them. So do you have multiples of the prints, or is each one an original piece?
Multiple of the prints. So
Okay.
I make all the artwork using my iPad and
Yeah.
Procreate. I
Okay.
love Procreate. If you
Okay.
have not gotten on that,
I don't know
Would
at all.
recommend.
I don't know at all what that is.
yeah, it's $10. It's great. I love it.
Okay.
But yeah, I draw everything on there, and then I get it either printed here in Fargo Moorhead area, or I print a cut it myself.
That's fantastic. So you're in Fargo, and so your parents moved back to when you were just a little child, or before you were even born?
Before I was born.
Before you were even born, they decided. Okay, so then you were born and raised. You're a Fargo Moorhead.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you grew up in Moorhead. So
I did.
You're Spud,
I'm a spud.
just like me, class of 04.
Absolutely. Yeah, 2015.
2015. Okay, wow, that's making me feel old.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think the old high school? So you went to that old high school, right?
Yes, the Moorhead High.
They're tearing it down.
I know I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of scary, a little daunting looking.
Yeah.
Or
the original one or the new one?
The new one.
Yeah, the new one kind of has like I don't know.
It's got like a presence.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good
when
word.
I drive by it, I'm like, it's like, I don't know, because the old high school has such like a warm place in my heart and
Yes.
how it looked and everything. It was really old though, so
Yes. Well,
it needed an upgrade.
that mural in the entrance of do you remember the mural? So I was recently there
Oh, yeah.
for I had my 20, it wasn't quite 20 years, but we pulled the reunion on 19 years.
Yeah.
Because they're going to tear it down. So we went there and did a reunion. Only like 40
They're
people
gonna
showed
tear
up.
it down. Oh.
You didn't know about that?
No.
Well, you knew they're building a new one.
Well, I knew they were building
In
a
the
new, but I
parking lot.
thought that they were just like extending it. I didn't know they were tearing like
no,
the
they are
old part.
tearing the old one down. They're completely
Well, now I'm
demolishing it, and it's going to be gone
heartbroken.
forever.
Whoa.
And it had been 20 years since I'd been in there. The mural when you walk in there, do you remember that?
I do. It was gorgeous.
Okay.
I liked it. I don't know. I just it was cool to have, and then I love all the colorful windows. And
But the faces on the mural there, when you walked in, there's not a single smile. There's
No.
like 50 people there, and it's all really muted colors.
Yeah.
That was kind of what blew my mind. I just didn't remember that it was so, I don't know, it's very much a thing of its time. And
It
so
was,
I wonder
yeah.
what they're going to do with that. And so you graduated in 25. No, in 15. I'm sorry.
2015.
Yeah, in 25. In 2 years from now. No, you graduated in 15. And then when did you start doing the art? Professionally.
Professionally, okay, so where it really starts is it's funny because it's like a wild story. So I tried to get into college. They declined me 3 times. They're like, we don't want you. And then I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? They're like, take the ACT test, all these things. Could not pass for my life. So I was like, let's try the Army. You know?
The Army?
The Army.
Oh,
so
boy.
I took the test twice and I failed it twice. So I was like, okay, so I don't fit in school. I don't fit in the Army. Where am I going to go? I did do like 1 semester at M State, but I just left. I was like, it's not what I'm into. So I worked 3 jobs. I pretty much did what I loved. I worked at GameStop, Caribou, and Sephora. Loved every job. And then I got wrongfully fired from being a barista.
Oh, no.
I have tea there, but we don't have to talk about it.
Oh, no.
It's totally okay because I ended up working out really, really well. So when they fired me, I just remember sitting in my car. I'm crying on the phone with my mom.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm kind of stuck.
What am I going to do with my life?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, Mija, just open your business. And I'm like, is it that easy, Mom? She's like, yes.
Just hang out a shingle.
Yeah. So we went to the bank together, and I opened what was my first business was Clover Art Studios. I took Clover because it's like my gamer tag.
Oh,
So I was like,
big gamer girl.
Big gamer girl. And you can thank my brother for that too. So yeah, so it was Clover Art Studios at first, and then that's pretty much history now. We're coming up to 7 years. July 30th was my anniversary.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, if people do want to find you or find your art, what's the best way to get a hold of you or contact you?
Instagram is where I'm...
Insta.
Yeah,
Yes.
Insta.
When you were coming to the studio, you were texting me. You were like, what's the Insta for your show? And I just responded back. I was like, I'm 37.
Yeah,
I'm
and I was like,
37. So Instagram is the best way to find you.
Yes, at @E_more art.
Okay, and more is spelled not M-O-R-E, but M-O-O-R-E.
Yeah, more dramatic.
It almost looks like it should be like more.
More.
More. But it's not.
No.
It's more. So,
It's more.
So once again, it's E.more.
Art.
Art.
On Instagram.
All one word, no spaces or underscores.
There's a period, but if you just put @E_more art, you'll find me.
Okay.
There's a pink little icon.
And then, of course, you are on the Facebooks. That's how I found
I'm on Facebook. I'm on TikTok, Twitter. I'm pretty much on everything.
Do you have a website?
I do have a website. Also, @EMoreArts.
eMoreArts.com. Fantastic. People should check that out.
Yeah. And then I also have a storefront here in Fargo as well.
Oh.
That one is in South Fargo. However, I am currently, this is probably big news now, I am moving downtown Fargo.
Hey.
On Broadway.
Hey. That's very exciting. That's very exciting.
Very exciting. So hopefully by mid-August, I will be fully open.
Yeah. What's the new address going to be?
It's 410 on Broadway. It's going to be right between Scribble Lady, my art bestie, Hannah, and Insomnia Cookies.
Okay. Oh, okay. Fantastic. So there's lots of ways people can get a hold of you, and I would
100%.
recommend that they do. And then you are going to be at the street fair, which we are going to come back and talk about after the music break. So coming up, some Beatles.